Hello YouTubers, I'm back again for another video. Um, this is gonna be like part two, Hopefully it's not gonna be too long, but I tried to show you what I'm doing with my C10, and the video prior to this one, well, I tried to show the cab, what I've done in the cab and everything, and it was too dark, so I thought maybe I'll, show you what I've done and all that. And like I said before, it was a lot of work, and I had this, I got some some wheels, from Walmart. They're flat wheels, for my grinder, and they were only $6 for two. So if you need like flat wheels, sanding wheels or whatever. Um, Maybe most of y'all know already, you can get them at Walmart. If not, then that's where you can get them. They're $6 for two, and there's 60 grit and 80 grit. They have 60 grit, and I think they have 80 grit. Um, they work pretty good. I mean, they really do work pretty good and all that. So, it's a pretty good deal for the money. They also have sandpaper and all that, and whatever you need and stuff like that, to do whatever's, you know, sand whatever you need to set. Um, uh, but here I'm gonna show you what I've done real quick, and you can see that I did all the backside of the truck and all that, sanded it all down. After I did it with the grinder, I sanded it with the block sander, 60 grit, and I've got to go to, no, 80 grit. I've got to go to 100 grit. There's a process. I've watched videos on YouTube. When you take strip paint off of metal, you have to go through a process or steps. 80 grit, that's what they recommend, and then 100 grit, 180, or and 220 maybe, or and then 320 would be the last step, and then you can primer the last with the last grit that you sand it with, and after that you can primer it. So yeah, I did the door, uh, over there, and there's the dash. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a dash. I did the whole dash. It still has a little bit of paint, but and the show you the oh, excuse me. And I did underneath, in the wheel well. So in the wheel well. So these wheels don't fit this truck. These are 20 by 8.5 and all that. They don't fit the truck. They're not the right bolt pattern. Um, I've got wheels that will fit. And, there's somebody went crazy with the Bondo. I've got to get a patch panel for this side. The body line is dented. It's right here. Right here's where it's dented in, and I put Bondo on there and tried to shape it, but it didn't come out real good. And I sanded down the door and the fenders. I got the fenders. They were pretty dirty. I got the fenders. I mean, they were pretty rusty and everything. Now, this right here, I'm gonna repaint it, and the firewall. I'm gonna strip it down and paint it, and stuff. And inside of the fenders got rusty, so I gotta take the rust off of the fenders, inside of the fenders, and repaint them with back to the way they're supposed to be. Also, the springs, tried to show you the springs, and there's the springs. They were real rusty. I had wire wheeled them, and I had to sand them down, sand all the rust down. I'm almost finished with the. I took them apart and wire wheeled them and sanded them down. So I'm almost finished, and I'm gonna primer them and stuff. So that's what I've done, and it's gonna be. Like I said, it's gonna look real nice. I want it to look real nice, when I finish and stuff. Uh, and that's what I wanted to show. And still a lot of work to do. Still have a lot of work to do and everything, and stuff. I'm gonna do the frame. The frame still has the factory paint, and let me show you what if y'all a lot of people use POR 15 and all this other stuff, but all these other paints. But I've got the correct paint. And, and this is the correct paint. It's GM Restoration Paint. And you see a hood hinge right there and everything. And this is the correct paint if you want to paint it exactly the way the factory painted the frames and the accessory brackets and everything. That's the right paint you want to get. And you can get it on eBay. You can get it on eBay, and I don't know how much the can was, but and also you can also get a gallon if you want to, because I think it's gonna take a lot to, if you're gonna do paint your frame and everything. First, after you strip it, then you primer it, and then you paint it. Don't just put the paint on, because it's gonna come right off. Um, thanks. I really appreciate whoever watches my videos, and if you like my videos, just put a thumbs up on there, and if you want to subscribe, I appreciate that as well and stuff. So, um, I'll see you on the next one, and y'all have a good day. All right, bye bye.